Hey guys, welcome back to another video with InfoSec Pat. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Pfsense and installing this in VirtualBox. So, if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe for any other cool videos, comment below, and if you want to know anything about the InfoSec world, if I can help you, just let me know. Alright, so let's get started with the video. We're going to be installing Pfsense in VirtualBox like I'm explaining now. So the first things first, we're going to go out to pfsense.org and we're going to go to download. And when we click download, when we get to the download, we're going to have the latest stable version, which is today is 2.5.0. Select the architecture of AMD 64 and the installer is going to be an ISO image. And go ahead and hit download. I already downloaded it. I have it in my releases right here in my temp folder, so I am golden for this. Okay, so once you completed the download, you can open up your VirtualBox. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new virtual machine, and I'm going to name it Pfsense-FW01. It's going to be my firewall 01. It's going to be BSD, and it's going to be free BSD 64-bit. That's perfectly fine. Go ahead and hit next. I'm going to allocate 1 gig of RAM. That should be perfectly fine. We're going to go ahead and create a new virtual disk now, and VDI is fine. And dynamically allocated is perfectly fine. Just keep clicking next. 16 gigs is perfectly fine as well, and hit create. Once it is created, we have to make some changes. Ignore the other ones, those are for something else. And we're going to go ahead and go to settings. We need 2 interface cards for a firewall. We have the outside world, which is the WAN, the wide area network, and then we have the local area network, the LAN segment. Okay, so when we hit network, we can add up to 4 adapters, so we're going to need 2. So the first one is going to be NAT network. And I have a network called InfoSec Lab network. And if you don't know how to create that network, I can show you that in a second. And because if you leave it as a default NAT, VirtualBox puts your IP, I think it's 10.0.2.15. And obviously you want to make this network different from your home network because you want to have it segregated. So adapter 2, I'm going to use that with host only adapter. So we can have the 192.168.1.1, where it's 24-bit subnet. That's going to be default for the LAN segment for Pfsense, okay? So let's go ahead and hit OK here. And if you want to know how to create the NAT network, you go to Tools, you go to Preferences, you go to Network, and you can hit Add here, NAT network, and then you can edit, and you can name it Pat new, and then you can put it whatever you want here. For example, 192.168.100.0, and we can hit OK, and then you can hit OK, and you have a new network. But I'm going to use the one I already have. That should be perfectly fine. Let me double check it, make sure everything is good. Go back to network. Okay, see, now we should have Pat new, and then InfoSec Lab. So I want to keep it on that. This is going to be host only, perfectly fine. And then one more thing we can do, we can go to storage, we can go to the CD-ROM drive, and we can browse out to the ISO image. So when the computer boots up, it can boot to the ISO image. And this is the old version. I did it the other day, which is 2.4.5. Now we have 2.5. So let's go ahead and browse out to that. My temp. 2.5 image. Why does it say empty? Let's give that a second. Okay, perfect. And let's go ahead and hit OK. Okay, and now we can hit start. And we can start normal. Now the machine should start booting up and start booting to the Pfsense virtual disk. Why is it doing that? Let's go ahead and attach the 2.5 0.0 release and choose that and hit start. Whoops. And I am running the latest version of VirtualBox 6.1. So now this is going to start booting up, and once it starts booting up, we're going to go through the installation process. It's relatively easy. It's pretty quick, so it shouldn't take that long. It all depends on the speed of your computer, the resources that you have on your computer, and so on and so forth, and how much resources that you assign to your VM. Like I only assigned 1 gig of RAM and 16 gigs. All right, so let's go ahead and hit capture in here, hit accept. I'm going to go ahead and install Pfsense, hit OK, and then continue with the default key map, should be fine. Click OK, and click OK here is perfectly fine. Let's see, yep, that should be good. And once this starts up, I've never installed this, so this is the first time for me too. I was always installing 2.4.5, so 2.5 is a new version for me as well. So we all installed this together at the same time. So we'll give this a few moments to process, and you can see the overall progress right now. It's almost at 100%. And the installation is now finished. And you can just hit no here, that's perfectly fine. And then we can go ahead and reboot. And then I want to go ahead and remove the media. And force unmount, that would be perfectly fine because we don't need it to boot to it again. We're just going to let it automatically boot into the install process, and then it should give us our IP address and all that good stuff. So while this is booting, I want to go ahead and boot a client so we can get DHCP and everything like that. So let's go ahead and boot up this Kali Linux machine. I'm going to start this up normal, and we'll give that a moment. And it'll take a few minutes for each one. And let's go ahead and Kali Linux. So now we can see both of my machines. We have the firewall on the left, and then on the right hand side you can see the Kali Linux. And you can see on the left it's configuring, boom. So if you can see here, the WAN interface is EM0. We have 172.16.1.5. Okay, and in our LAN segment, we have 192.168.1.1. This is the default gateway for our firewall. So let's go ahead and wait for Kali Linux to boot up. And while this is booting up, we can go back to here and we can look at some getting started. If you have never used Pfsense before, you can get a brief overview of what it is. It's a free open source firewall distro. It's based on FreeBSD operating system. And we can go about the hardware selections, the installation, the cloud version. We have an Azure and AWS marketplace, and the installation guide, and the configuration. So let's just let's open up this, and let's open up the configuration. So let's see if I can scoot this in a little bit. So download the media, we already did that. And this is going to go ahead and show you how to actually get the architecture set up and the platform and all that stuff, depending on what you're trying to run. Okay, so say for example you want to do site-to-site VPN. You can see how to do IPsec VPN. We can look at how to configure that and get into the nitty-gritty, phase 1, and so on and so forth. So DHCP, if you want to create a DHCP server, and then let's go, we can just look at different options out here, and you can just learn so much stuff on this. Let's go to virtualization. Pfsense supports a type 1 hypervisor. So a type 1 hypervisor is like ESXi. There's Citrix, what is that, Zen server. So then a type 2 hypervisor, that's what we're using today. We're using VirtualBox. So type 2 hypervisor is like VMware Workstation, VMware Fusion, which was from Mac, and VirtualBox, Zen, KVM, and Hyper-V. I wouldn't really recommend doing it on Hyper-V. That's just my recommendation. I would use VMware or VirtualBox if you're doing it on a type 2 hypervisor, running it on top of a operating system. All right, so let's go ahead and log in here. I'm going to log in into my root. And go ahead and let me log in. And let me make sure my NIC is host only. Okay, cool. So we'll give this a few seconds to boot up. Make sure my firewall's still good. And then first things first, this is Kali Linux. If you guys aren't familiar with Kali Linux, it's a penetration testing distro. So what I'm going to do is open up the command shell or the terminal, and I'm going to do an ifconfig eth0, which this is going to give me my IP address for the interface. If you just do an ifconfig, it'll give you all the interfaces, but I was only worried about eth0. So I do have an IP address on the same subnet as my Pfsense, so 192.168.1.x. So if I ping 192.168.1.1, if I can spell ping correctly, we can see that we're getting replies. So we should be good. So now let's go open up my Firefox. You can use Windows, you can use anything that you would like in your lab environment. But I have Kali Linux because it's already running. And I'm going to go ahead and browse out to the default gateway. Okay, so you're probably going to get this. It's a self-signed certificate from the firewall. That's no biggie. We can hit advance and accept it, risk continue. By default, the username is going to be admin and the password is Pfsense. And hit enter. And I don't want to save this for now. And then now we can go ahead and do the setup. Let's try to make this a little bigger. And let's go ahead and hit next. We'll do this very quickly. It's not very difficult. It's 9 steps. Go ahead and hit next here. My host name is going to be let me do FW01, which is firewall 01. My domain can be home.apipa. That's fine. You know what? I'll just put lab.local. Okay, that should be perfectly fine. My primary DNS server, I'll put Google. My secondary, I'll put Google as well. And that should be fine. Hit next. We can leave this as default for the time server information. DHCP is fine for my WAN interface, so we can get it from my local router at my home. And leave everything as default for now. You can change your LAN IP address, but I'm going to leave it as default, 192.168.1.1. And I'm going to change my admin password. So it's going from Pfsense to my secret sauce password. All right, we don't have to save that. We can reload for the changes to take effect. So that it's going to reload now. And if we go back to the firewall, that's not that. Go back to the firewall, you're going to see that system activity on here. Successful login from user admin from the IP address. So you can see my Kali Linux IP address. So that's pretty cool. So it is finished. So now if we hit finish here, we can actually view this in full mode. So we can see the whole shebang. So we'll give this a moment to finish up. Hit finish, and we can hit accept here, close, and this is it. So let's go ahead and X out here. We can make some changes here. As you can see, the firewall, it's on the latest version. Okay, what I like to do is I like to add the system information is right here. Obviously, if that wasn't there, I like to have the system information, and let's see what other widgets I like to do. I like to install the services status like DHCP and all this stuff. And there's another one for logs, firewall logs, because who doesn't like to see firewall logs? And that's pretty much it. That's how you get it up and running. That's a basic install. Now we have a firewall. We can go to status. We can go to DHCP leases. We can see the lease that we got from Cali. We can refresh. We can see that it's alive, it's active, it's online. And that's it. And all the interfaces, the firewalls, if you want to create NAT rules, one-to-one NAT, outbound NAT, different rules for your WAN, your LAN, and so on and so forth. Say, for example, you have a web server, you want to allow inbound and outbound traffic. You can do everything, a whole bunch of cool stuff. VPN, OpenVPN, WireGuard. This is new to me. I have never done WireGuard, but you can add a tunnel and go on your merry way and do this fancy stuff. All right, so I don't want to make the video too long. Hopefully it's been informative for you guys. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share, and if you made it this long, I appreciate it. So until next time, guys, see ya on the flip side. Cheers.